Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of realistifying random drawings found on internet. So in this video, I'll be transforming these two drawings found on Pinterest into reality using Photoshop. So without further ado, let's get started. So first, I took this drawing and I found this t-shirt which was exactly similar to the drawing. I placed it here and I removed some parts that were not needed. And using warp, I just adjusted the t-shirt according to the drawing. Then I added this neck and removed some parts using the brush and removed the chin part that were not necessary for this edit. And I made it rounder according to the drawing, and using warp I just elongated the neck as it is there in the drawing. Then I found this TV, I'll place it here, and using distort I just adjusted the perspective of the TV. As he's looking up, the TV must have some perspective at the top, and I added this black metal texture at the bottom of the TV and adjusted the perspective accordingly. And using curves, I made it even more darker and increased the lightness of the shadow. And I added some shadows at the bottom. And I placed it here. And I added some shadows below the neck. It needs to be darker, and over the shoulders here. Then I adjusted the saturation of the skin tone to make it a lighter, and added some curves to the TV. And there was space image showing on the TV, so I decided to add a space photo at the screen. So I selected this part and added the space photo and reduced the curves. I added some dark shadows at the top of the neck as if it's inside. Then I added this background over here. Then I started adding the planets. I found these random planets which are similar and which are not similar. Just started adding all the planets that I found on the solar system. So I couldn't find the planets that are in the drawing. So I however managed to add these planets in our solar system. As I couldn't find any other planets, so I started to change the colors of few planets and added it over the other parts. At last, it finally looks good. Then I added this star over here at the place where it is, and I reduced the darkness of the background. Then some curves on the planets. Then I made the TV look a bit red. And using curves, I just adjusted the curves of the body and adjusted the colors according to the background. As it's dark, so it needs to be a bit darker. Then at last, using camera raw filters, I gave the final touch to the edit. Added some temperatures, tint, vibrance, saturation. And increase the texture clarity also. At last I reduced the curves of the overall drawing. And finally, this is the final edit. If you like it, please hit the like button. And next, let's start with this drawing. So first, I added this fish. I plan to make it red as it gives a vibrant look to the edit. And using puppet wrap, I just wrapped the fish according to the drawing. I couldn't find the exact fish that is present in the drawing, so I've prepared myself. Then I've started to trace this submarine or something. Here I gave it a selection, a color. After tracing all the components of this part, I added the texture, but at the edges I plan to keep it as it is in the drawing because it already looks like a metal finish. Then I added some shadows over here, and I put the same thing that's present in the drawing for this circular part, as it already looks good. So I couldn't make it and duplicate of that drawing. And I added some shadows to make it even more realistic. It finally looks good. And I erased the part of the fish, and using puppet wrap, I just adjusted the fish accordingly. Then I added some shadows. Then I added a belt, which is present in the drawing, to hold the capsule with the fish. Then I increase the curves and make it darker. I added some shadows. Then I took the table lamp stand and made it like this, as I couldn't find similar images related to the drawing. And reduce the curves, and I thought it would be a bit golden color. Then I added some shadows. Then I took the same thing that is present in the drawing, as I couldn't make a copy of it, as it already gives a good metal structure to it. Then I added some shadows to give some depth to it. Then for the coat, I took this photo on internet and I used the warp to fix it accordingly to the drawing. Then I took this finch's bird. I don't know what bird he has drawn, but I thought this would be fine for the edit. This looks similarly to the bird that's present in the drawing. So I took this bird and placed it here, and using curves, I reduced the color tone and added some shadows. And using puppet wrap, I just adjusted the head part. I don't know what it's called, something like brush or something. Then I added this capsule, a shield or whatever. There's a chair. Then I removed some parts. Then I reduced the opacity, as if the bird is inside it. Using curves, finally after a long time I just managed to make it a bit realistic. Then I went for the top things, that light. For the light I took the bell part. Then I managed to create an own one for this stand, and using curves just adjusted it properly. Then for the light part I took this bell. There's a chair. Using warp I just adjusted according to the drawing. Then using saturations and curves I was able to make it to match the colors correctly. Then I took the same hands as if in the drawing and changed its color, as I couldn't find some hands exactly in the drawing. Then I reduced the size of the overall image and placed it at the center. Then I added a background of a sea, an ocean. Then I finally reduced some exposures, added some highlights. As you can see, lights, it's at the top, so I added some lightings over the fish and added some shadows at the bottom. So I'm not that much satisfied with the edit, but it's fine, I guess. At last, using camera filters, I gave the final touch to the edit. I hope you like at the last. And if you really like this edit, please hit a like button. Added some saturation, vibrance, and increase some textures and clarity. To give the final look, I reduced the curves. And I guess that's it. So this is the final edit. So if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to Design Indian. Thank you.